Hi, Bum. Welcome to this week's Midweek Update.
Hey Mepham, happy Thursday. Today, let's find out more about our new principal, Eid, scheduling, and of course, an all-new Morgan being Morgan. This and more as we check out what's going on this week on Midweek Update. I'm Brianna Volin. And I'm Sammy Rooney, and welcome back to the Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community. Sammy, how was your day off from school yesterday? It was really good. I mainly just got to relax. What did you do? I got to hang out with my friends, but I'm not completely sure what the day off was for. Well, then you are in luck. I got to learn more about Eid, which is the reason we had off this day.
Even though we just got back to school after having a week and a half off for spring break, we have an additional day off next week for another holiday.
Next Tuesday we have off in celebration of Eid. Eid literally means festival or feast in Arabic, and it's a Muslim holiday that's celebrated annually.
Eid al-Fitr also is called the Festival of the Breaking of the Fast, and it marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan in Islam. It falls on the first of the 10th month of the Islamic calendar, or Shawwal. This celebration has many fun traditions and activities associated with it.
Eid's primarily celebrated similar to Christmas, where all your family members get together and celebrate giving gifts to everybody, but before it's primarily with a prayer where everybody goes to the masjid beforehand and prays together.
This year, Eid falls on Sunday, the 1st of May, after sundown, and goes into Monday the 2nd. But why do we have off on Tuesday to observe this holiday if it's actually being celebrated primarily on Monday?
Eid, from what I understand, Eid, the day that Eid falls all depends on the angle of the moon, and that's something that cannot be predicted a year in advance. At the time when the calendar was being planned for this year, we were informed by the Muslim community that Eid would fall on Tuesday, and that's how we planned, and we planned accordingly, pretty much.
Typically, Eid is based on the last minute because the moon is sighted anywhere on the globe, and once it is a full moon, then Eid is officially determined. So it is pretty hard to specifically date.
Having Tuesday off gives those celebrating Eid al-Fitr a chance to be with friends and family, even if it's a day late. For B&B, I'm Sammy Rooney.
Thanks, Sammy. I love being able to learn more about why we get off from school, and even though it's a little late, I hope everyone had a happy Eid. Absolutely. Another thing that's important to talk about is our new principal and people's best memories of our current principal, Mr. Gomez. I couldn't agree more. I got to talk to the Mepham community to find out more. As you all know, the Mepham ship will be getting a new captain for the 2022-2023 school year. But who exactly is this new captain?
Anthony DeMartinez is currently an assistant principal at Calhoun High School. He oversees the guidance and PPS departments, and he was selected to be Mepham's next principal.
Although we are excited for Mr. DeMartinez, some members of Mepham share what makes a good principal.
I think a good principal is someone who needs to be a leader.
I think it's very important to have a principal that's very hands-on because it really gets all the students to do their part in having a good school.
As we greet this new principal, we unfortunately say goodbye to Mr. Gomez. Some also share their favorite moments with Mr. Gomez.
Well, Mr. Gomez was actually my assistant principal when I was in high school, so I have memories of him being my assistant principal.
One big event that Mr. Gomez was at was my playoff game here at Mepham versus Valley Stream Central, and he was very supportive. Saw him on the sideline a few times, and he's always there supporting Mepham.
Mr. Gomez shares his final feelings for leaving Mepham as a whole.
Everyone always looks forward to moving ahead in their career, moving upwards, especially in a great district. But Mepham is a very special place filled with a lot of positivity and great spirit. So leaving that behind is going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult for me.
For B&B, I'm Brianna Bolin.
Thanks, Bri. I had no idea that Mr. Gomez was Mr. Ouellette's assistant principal when he was in high school. Yeah, neither did I, but I bet you also didn't know that you can learn more about our new principal on this week's Around Campus. I can't wait, but of course we will miss having Mr. Gomez as a pirate. But remember, Mr. Gomez, once a pirate, always a pirate. Although now the whole district will get to know how amazing he is. I love that Mr. Gomez has always supported the Melbourne community, and you could always see him at school events. We have so many school events, but some of my favorites are, of course, the B&B ones. And our next one is coming up fast. On Sunday, May 15th, B&B will be at Applebee's to serve you breakfast. You can buy tickets now for $12 from any B&B member, or you could go straight to room 204. I hope to see you all there if your schedules are free, of course. It is important to make sure you have time for yourself when making your schedules, inside and outside of school. B&B's Ruby Mattis got to see the importance of how creating your school schedule can impact yourself.
College. It looms on the minds of juniors across the globe. Even before you're officially a junior, you have to create your schedule, which may be packed with countless rigorous honors and AP courses. But as a result, you may be subjecting yourself to a tremendous amount of stress just to look impressive to your dream college. But is it worth it?
So, I think that nowadays, especially in this kind of competitive high school, college is a very competitive experience, and trying to remain on top of your class or trying to make yourselves impressive to colleges and to peers is a big thing among students. I feel that even like 10 years ago, it wasn't this bad.
Probably in the last 10 years, a considerable amount of students are challenging themselves with AP classes, much more than ever. My classes are pretty large, I feel like, on average. I don't know if everybody should be taking the challenge, or they really should be aware of the challenge that they're taking before they sign up, because sometimes the challenge becomes overwhelming.
In addition to these challenging courses, juniors feel compelled to take on several extracurricular activities in an effort to look more well-rounded to colleges. It seems smart in theory, but in reality it can create even more stress if you're already busy with a difficult course load.
We take into account a holistic review process. So what that means to us is that we are not only looking at your courses and the type of courses that you're taking, but also your overall cumulative GPA, your leadership activities, whether that's volunteer work, working a part-time job, being on the executive board of a club, your recommendation letters, your personal essay. So really every single piece that you add to your application is brought to our attention.
So what should juniors do? Is it worth it to cram your schedule, or is it better to have more of a balance, even if there aren't as many challenging courses and extracurriculars?
We rather see a good balance of some higher level classes, but then also having enough time in your own schedules to have your own mental health, but also your leadership activities, volunteer work, part-time jobs, things like that.
I think there has to be a balance in the schedule. I don't think any students need to take like every AP course offered. I think if you're interested in English or language or reading, you take an AP course in that subject. If you're interested in history, they're the same. If you're not, then I don't know if it's in your best interest to take those courses.
So I think if college is more stressed, being yourself throughout high school and taking what interests you, I think that college will be a lot more of a fun experience. And not necessarily fun, but more enjoyable, and it should be a place where you're meant to explore your own interests and what really fascinates the specific student.
For B&B, I'm Ruby Mattis.
Thanks, Ruby. It is crucial to make sure you have time for extracurriculars like sports and clubs that you're interested in. I want to go watch some of the sports games, but I don't always know when they are. So here's B&B's Luke Yepez with your sports report.
Thanks, Bri. Welcome back to your midweek in Melbourne Sports after not having it last week. I can't believe that our playoffs are already creeping up on us. Let's get straight into it by starting off with the baseball and the softball teams. The softball team has a solid record of 9-2 and are leading their conference. As the 2021 Long Island champs, these girls are looking to defend their title and make it to states. Our baseball boys, on the other hand, are sitting with a record of 7-6 and have their last game of the series against Great Neck North this Thursday. The girls lacrosse team shut down Flora Park with a score of 18-9 and have an upcoming game this Friday against East Meadow. The boys lacrosse team lost to Garden City with a score of 19-2. It's not a pretty sight for the boys, but today they have a game against Elmont where they hope to bounce back. On to our track teams, where both the girls and the boys recently had their final league meets. Friday and Saturday is the St. Anthony's Invitational, which is the final meet until divisions. Our girls badminton team have a record of 4-4 and have a game today against Port Washington. Lastly, our boys tennis teams has a record of 4-3 and also have a game today against East Meadow. That's all I have for your eventful week in Melbourne Sports. Signing off for B&B, I'm Luke Yepez. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Luke. And remember to tune into the lacrosse game on Friday, only on the B&B YouTube channel. But that's not till the future. I know, but we still have to talk about the future a little bit. Also, why did you say the word future? That's for you to find out. Here's B&B's Bri Goodman to introduce the next segment.
Thanks, Sammy. This week we are back with another episode of Morgan Being Morgan. Before we get started, just a quick reminder, this segment is about senior Morgan Hafke, who gets to express and show her storytelling abilities in any way she wants. Last time, you got to see Morgan's plans for college, so we would all like to congratulate her on committing to Emerson College, and we wish you the best of luck there. But this week, Morgan gets a message from her future self.
It's Morgan being Morgan.
Hey, wake up, man.
Hi. Aha! Who are you?
It's you, from the future.
That is so cool. How did you get here?
Oh, from a time machine.
That's a closet.
It clearly says time machine, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, you're not wrong. Wait, what happened to your arm?
Oh, yeah, this?
Pretty cool, right? I got gingivitis, get it, because I'm a ginger. No, the other one. The one that's missing.
Oh, you meant this arm. Yeah, I lost it.
Yeah, I could see that, but how?
Oh, don't worry about it. That's not important.
It's not important.
What is important is that you must heed my warning. Are you ready to be heeded?
I just want to know how I lost my arm, man.
1 week from now, at approximately 5:23 a.m., you will make a grave mistake that will bring shame to your entire family.
Oh no! What happened?
You will go to the movie theaters with a friend, and in a fatal mistake, when the ticket man says, "Enjoy your movie," you say to him, "You too."
No, I would not do that.
Oh, but you do.
No!
It was a dark day. But you can fix our mistake. When the ticket salesman says, "Enjoy your movie," say thank you and have a nice day. Think before you speak.
I will, creepy version of me. I will.
Alright, good. Now go to sleep. You have a pop quiz in math that you're definitely gonna fail.
Oh, man.
By the way, kid.
Yeah?
Lightsabers were invented in the year 2025, and we were really bad at using them. That's how we lost our arm.
Whoa. That's worth it.
Thanks, Morgan. Good luck with the lightsaber, and don't feel bad. I make the movie mistake also. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Brianna and Morgan. Now it makes more sense why you were talking about the future. I think everyone would want to get a message from the future. True. I definitely want one. Well, that is all we have for this week's episode of Midweek Update. We'll be back next week with all new stories from around the BMCHS day to bring you inside parts of the community we don't always get to see. Until then, I'm Brianna Bolin. And I'm Sammy Rooney, and we'll see you all next midweek.